Hello, dear friends. The best way to predict future is to create it. Dreaming about future is better than regretting the past. You write your destiny yourself with every decision you make. Don't postpone your happiness for later. Create it right now. Opinion piece. Future is now. There is a divine plan. Plan it in the short term. There are temporary shenanigans, but there is no dystopian future. Hurricane Idalia loses its strength. Spain fills its warehouses with natural gas. First island in the world without a telephone in Finland. Let's start. The predicted future is right now because many expectations are beginning to come true at the present moment. Many social, economic, or scientific predictions have reached the point where their effects are being clearly seen in present reality. Events or trends that were anticipated in the past as something that would occur in the future are finally occurring at the current moment. If someone made a prediction about what technology would be like in 20 years, and after that time they see that the predicted technologies are available today, one could say that the predicted future is now. Hollywood predicted a sinister future in a 1981 film according to Leo Hohmann. A scene from the film My Dinner with Andre predicts a future technocracy in which the inhabitants would have lost their humanity. They were no longer humans, but transhumans, a form of hybrid beings who, through technology, could be conditioned to think and act in any way demanded by their programmers, a small group of the globalist elite. But no matter how hard they try to create a dystopian future, there is a divine plan that is far above human will in the long term, even if they let us to do stupid things temporarily so that we learn the necessary lessons. Sometimes this tolerance towards the childish antics of an immature civilization seems excessive, but who is like God? No one like God. According to Doc Poet, God really exists and can assume any form he wishes to exercise his will. Destinations are tailored like tailored suits, from fig leaves to invisibility cloaks, said Doc Poet. Reset News. Gold will play an important role in the upcoming global financial reset, according to Maxime Bernier of Kitco News. Gold is superior money and tokenized gold is superior currency, according to Zemin Yao. The Washington-Moscow direct line turns 60 years old. According to Will Stewart of the Daily Mail, Prigozhin would be alive and planning to take revenge on Putin after his double died in a plane crash. Archbishop Carlo Maria Vigano believes that globalism would be a preparation for the rise of the Antichrist. In quotes. The famous Catalan Jewish popularizer Carles Torà says that he is 257 years old because he has a technique to regenerate stem cells. I don't know if it is true or if he's bragging about being the Count of Saint Germain, but in any case, he has interesting information. He says that he has been threatened for disclosing these things, but he's brave and believes that he is on a mission to disclose it. Another Catalan popularizer, named Jaume Same, has a method to achieve a gap towards a higher reality, with which he has managed to improve the lives of many people. Scientists have discovered something we have never seen before on the Sun, a strange new kind of jet on its surface that could help explain the mysterious origin of the solar wind, a stream of charged particles that exerts an enormous influence on our system planetary. Economy. CGI's Morgan believes that debt-based economies are pyramid schemes. The greatest source of despair remains the current economic collapse. Colonel Douglas MacGregor, along with RFK Jr., and others have begun to point out the culprits. As of March 15th, 2020, the first reduced the reserve requirements of banks to zero, which has allowed the overall money supply to soar. Michael Snyder believes we are on the verge of a credit card debt crisis. If you can help it, don't carry credit card balances from month to month, because that could ruin you. The historic oil price rise in 2008 would seem like child's play compared to the expected copper boom in 2025. Siri says, banks train artificial intelligence as a new financial advisor. Banks are in the proposal phase of their banking reforms. What this means is that they have made an offer that will lead them towards new transactions based on Basel III compliance requirements. The next phase will be to test these new requirements within the markets. This would cause price changes throughout the stock market as well as the commodities sector. BRICS. Ken Olin thinks that the BRICS missed an opportunity by not flipping a coin. A key BRICS member admits the dollar will remain dominant despite rupee and yuan oil deals. The dollar's dominance is not under real threat from emerging market currencies, India's oil and gas minister told CNBC. According to the Storm Rider, the BRICS have taken control of 80% of the world's oil supply and distribution system, and have 6 of the world's 10 largest oil nations within their group. This would give them the possibility of replacing the petrodollar with their own currency. The new West Asian countries invited to join the BRICS to get a control between 50% and 60% of the world oil market. Vietnam joins ASEAN Payments Connectivity Initiative. The BRICS may eventually exceed 50% of the world's population, as many more countries have expressed the desire to join a financial system that cannot be interfered with. Argentina has been invited as a new member, with its economy in crisis due to its debt. China advances with measures to support the capital market after the bankruptcy of Evergrande. However, Xi Jinping has embraced the goal of the Davos Forum through a combination of social credit scores and central bank digital currency. You can't even buy food in China without the digital ID. China was chosen as a testing ground. The mark of the beast is not a physical object, it is a system. World. Finland presents the world's first tourist island without telephones. More than 1 million people in Kuwait register their fingerprint as a biometric database project progresses. The coup in Gabon accentuates the increasing political instability in Africa. Turkey and Saudi Arabia signed a memorandum of understanding to promote the two countries' cooperation in mining. Spain. Spain fills its cash warehouses 100% for the first time in the month of August. Spain protests to the UK for violation of its sovereignty in Gibraltar waters. The production and consumption of olive oil in Spain has plummeted to a small 10 euros per litre, with a harvest 50% lower than usual due to the drought. Americas. Hurricane Idalia loses strength and becomes a tropical storm after passing through Florida. Disappeared people in Mexico, a pending problem and an ordeal for thousands of families. Argentina resumes exports of poultry meat to the European Union. Argentina cannot exercise sovereign economic policy because it has to be accountable to the IMF, says Juan Lehmann. Relatives of victims of the San Juan submarine demand the prosecution of Macri. Potato shortage in Chile, blame for the floods or speculation. Unemployment in Chile shows year-on-year growth and reaches 8.8% at a national level. Chile launches a search plan for detainees disappeared by the dictatorship. A general and 8 soldiers in Colombia are convicted for the extrajudicial execution of 130 people under the false positive strategy. Venezuela connects with Russia through the use of MirPay, the Russian payment service. Bolivia reinforces its air control to confront cocaine trafficking from Peru. Bolivia registered a historic rise in temperatures of up to 45 degrees Celsius in August. The lack of rain causes million-dollar losses to coffee producers in El Salvador. Brazilian indigenous people protest before the Supreme Court's decision on their lands. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.